paper. Otherwise, we're great. We need to go back to the 90s with gel pens. Just throwing it out there.
I
want
do
my
enjoy
glitter.
it. I do it.
No, I was just gonna say the glitter
We
would
return
be
the-
terrible because the glitter would get stuck in the nozzle all the time. It felt like you're writing with sand.
I was gonna say that we should just return the monkey, go back to quills.
I love a good fountain pen. My mom right with hers.
Oh, Frosted.
Get a feather
Like,
Yes, I'm alive.
and an inkwell.
Allison
Just dip in it. Mm-hmm.
I used to have. I got it from Williamsburg. And my cat ate it.
Sorry, I was eating rice when you said that. Right?
I should get a quill just so I could write overly fancy letters to people.
Right? There's just an
Yes,
art form to it.
with a quill. That's what I said. What's wrong?
Fucking Christ, I don't need puns today.
Oh, you're in for a bad time.
Oh no. I actually had some plans with my character today, so we'll see if I end up using those plans. But I'll sit and I'll listen to music before like sessions and stuff because I want to like get in the mood of what I'm aiming for with the
Right.
character, and I'll do that all the time. It's just it's so weird when the mood that I want to be in is the exact opposite of like what I normally am. So it's just like even during those sessions in like the original D&D campaign or even Scythe's campaign where I was like wholly set on having certain reactions with the character, I would hate it because I'd have to sit in my room, like my gaming room, for like an hour, listening to like sad, depressing music or whatever that like fit what I needed to do that day, and I would be like, but I'm in such a happy mood, or I was like hungover and or even drunk at the time, and I'd be like, God damn it, I have to be depressed when I'm like really happy. Like no, it's kind of like it's completely sucks sometimes.
Oh,
Listening to the
no.
music is just it helps. It's just it's like it puts me into the character. It's just like especially with what I'm aiming for at those times.
I used to do the same thing when I was going to my LARP. I had a mixtape. I would put that on, and we would listen to our thing to get into the apocalypse mindset.
Yeah, I got you. It just kind of helps you make like feel what you're working with.
Like I got to be this character.
Mm-hmm. And the second you get there, you've been living and dealing with this tone for the last hour. You have a tone in your mind, which completely sucked when I would show up to D&D. And Brody would hit me with the, so how's your week been? I'm like, I am trying to focus here. Motherfucker.
Yeah, excuse me for being concerned or something. Yeah, fuck you, me too.
Yeah. I'm trying to be both, alright? You're being so nice while I'm trying to like think of what my character should be doing.
Well, the minute has rolled over. All people are present, I assume. You there, Paul?
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Oh,
So,
shit.
with
Sorry, that was for myself. Go ahead.
personal note, oh shit. All right. So, considering we have Paul and Frosted back after 2 sessions were missed, I think it'd be fair to give a quick, a semi-recap as far as what they would have seen from their perspective. Because when we last left off, those two, last time Paul and Frosted, that would be Mr. Parks and a Mr. Diggory.
The rad man.
Yep.
We left off. You guys had just escaped a contaminated, infested, 28 days later farmstead. Radman, you were taken to the hospital. You don't remember much of your time there. You were treated with your head wounds and whatnot. Little, woozy the next day. But you were taken home. Woke up feeling better, hungry as hell. Just a little taken out of it still. But go ahead and get rid of all your wounds. You did receive treatment.
Yay.
And I assume you and Parks would have met up at this point.
Well, of course, we got to talk about the GoFundMe and all the money that I raised for his treatment.
True. Go ahead and give me an expression manipulation roll for that.
All right. Let's see,
Even though it was sponsored by First Truly.
I'm gonna use a willpower on this.
Damn.
Yeah, well, shit. I can't argue with results. I think with 5 successes, you did absolutely. You were able to leverage your fame and influence within the town for an outpouring of money, as well as just general support. I will leave this to you. Is a temporary dot of resources a thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Then yes. Go ahead and add one of those.
It's very sad, Radman. The rest of the community didn't come together. What do you think of my solid gold man thong?
That would chafe like hell. But during
I'm sure he
this
could just
time,
say about what he saw at the lake. I'm sure he could make a small comment about it. And I'm not even talking about the zombies type thing. I'm talking about the person that walked in the water. He could just make a small comment about that, and for some reason, some people would be like, "Donate, donate, donate." We need to know what was seen.
Oh, God.
That's our video footage.
Yes. That's right.
Pop in.
That's right. Our paranormal mystery of the month. How did that top stay on with only one strap? That's right, gentlemen.
Of course, it's behind a paywall too.
That's right.
Join the Patreon.
brilliant.
Subscribe to Only Boobs.
The far more honest version. But you also, on your website, someone would have sent that audio. Some amateur radio enthusiast would have sent that audio file that both you and Frosted received. I unfortunately dictated that you would have sent that along to the other players. Just like driving traffic to your site, basically, as I assumed you would have posted it. If I was a kinder person, I would check. But after Radman felt better, you guys, would it be fair to say you guys would have followed around these, honestly, gold mines of weird shit going on,
Yes.
plus hot?
Yeah. I'm like, are you kidding? This is the gravy train.
Well, you would have watched as they went to the university, went to some seedy lab outside of town, stayed there all morning, went to a Mexican restaurant, went to the biker bar, the biker gang bar, went back to the farm, and are now at a different farm. You would have followed them. You would know that the biker gang bar in question, the biker gang, is called the Mongrels, and they're responsible for, allegedly responsible for running a lot of smuggling and trafficking through the area. And they spent a lot of time there.
Radman, I'm beginning to suspect that this group we're hanging out with aren't actually into the supernatural. I think they're just meth dealers for a biker gang. We keep going to, like, country labs.
I
We're
am
collecting samples,
questioning
we're
it.
collecting the
The product.
I do kind of agree that they're definitely more into the mischief than it really seemed at beginning.
So,
we're in the
from-
rebel phase.
you really are, actually, is the funny part, because you did completely ignore someone's mother, which is the funny part. So, You managed to place your. How do I move your token through a wall? Because it's not letting me do it.
So
manually.
over here on the left, there should be a little picture of a ghost. Do you see on the left? So you've got
Yes.
well, for the GM is the only one that'll see it.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird thing that they did for 13. I keep forgetting that in some of my games. I'd be like, son of a bitch, why am I just not facing through a wall? And I'm like, oh yeah, I have to hit the little ghost.
Yeah, why don't I? Like, I'm the GM. I should be allowed to move
exactly.
shit through walls.
But it makes sense because you could be testing a map and want to see collisions and stuff like that.
I see. So,
Going ghost.
from your guys' position, say, far enough away that you can keep tabs on these fucking weirdos with your binoculars, you see they show up to this farm, and you watch as they investigate one of these outbuildings, collectively shit their pants over something, and monsters begin coming out of the woodworks. And by woodworks, I mean the corn stalks. That is where we are. Let's go ahead and we're going to start things off right with some combat.
Well, Bradman, it's a good thing that college kids are replaceable, just like high school girls. I keep getting older, they keep staying the same.
Gosh.
Oh my god, have none of y'all actually seen that movie?
I just know the quote about saying college girls, not
It's Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Oh
It's
my
Matthew
god.
McConaughey who says that. Line,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yep. And he delivers it so creepily perfectly.
Yeah.
What are we rolling?
This is initiative. So at the top of your screen there, you see that little that tracker up there with like your character's picture and the dice in front of it.
Oh,
All you gotta do is
pick me. Okay.
Yep, you just gotta click you. There, Lance?
Why does it say game paused?
Oh, you disappeared. Hang on.
I need more of my players to each other because nothing rivals the sheer utility of go shout at the other person in the house, please.
Does it say game paused for anyone else or no?
Yes. Because the game is paused.
Okay. Got it.
Hey, don't steal my yogurt. That's mine. I clicked it for him.
All right.
He's on his way back.
I'm gonna go ahead and start with as you guys watch as this thing, this bipedal monster that grew out from within the farmhouse, bursts through the back door and crashes straight into the cornfield behind it. It is quickly out of sight. Some of you are feeling a mite bit afraid and are going to this is something dangerous, even more dangerous than these stupid zombie farmers with the weird bones growing out of them. This is worse than that. This is you don't know exactly what this is, but you know you cannot touch this. Don't look at it. Hope it doesn't see you. In the meantime, though, as it's left, you guys are left with nothing but a constant stream of incoming zombies. Go ahead and lower that just a little bit. As Dizaman is just going to rush forward out of the cornfield and begins coming around the corner, dragging its legs along as it clambers over a rickety old fence. It is bearing down on you guys and is wishing to do harm. Next turn. I screwed that up. Alright, Alec, you're up.
Hey, stop stealing my yogurt.
I mean, I feel like this is self-explanatory. But I also am gonna start heading towards the car. And I'm just gonna say, to the car, now! And then, how far can I move?
I'll say
So
if you want...
Oh, sorry. Never mind. I'm like, this is your game, not mine.
No, it's fine. No, questions like this are good to ask. If you look on your character sheet in the combat section, it'll have like listed number of squares you can move as a walk, jog, run thing. But what I will say is, if you wanted to just narratively get back to the car, that is within a single move. So if you spend your action rushing back to the car, you can get yourself in the car, basically.
Assuming the car is just off map, I'm just gonna move this far, and then I'm not gonna end my turn. I think we know where this is going. I pull out the 9, and I open fire.
Okay, so if you in this system, movement is part of your action. So if you'd like to jog back to the car and get to where it is, and you want to still fire, you can. It will just increase the difficulty by 1.
That's fine. I'll deal for it.
All right, Slick. Go ahead and give me an
difficulty?
attack. Yep, increase the difficulty by 1.
Alright.
It's hard to hit these shots as you're jogging away. Your upper body is turned around and you're straining to try to get the gun on target. You're trying to remember everything your dad taught you, but you're mostly focused on getting yourself away from danger and putting rounds at this thing so it doesn't kill you. Is that it for your turn?
Yes, I
ahead
think that's
and
all I
end
can
your
do, so.
Yep,
How do I
go
end
ahead.
the turn again? Oh,
Yep.
there you
Well, good. He's a man's turn. He is going to rush around 6 meters, 14 total, and he can get to, we'll say, in between you two as a jog. So he's going to try. You see, he is carrying a pitchfork. It is like a rusted out pitchfork, the kind you'd expect some, zombie farmer to carry in a horror movie, which is what we're in now. As he rushes around the corner, pitchfork placed forward, he's going to attempt to try to spear. We'll go with the homeless man, Mr. Billington.
No.
All right. Would you like to try to dodge?
Yes, but how do I go about doing that?
Give me a Dex Athletics. One success to one success. That he succeeds, correct?
Ty always goes to the defender.
And you are defending. So you watch as this thing rounds the corner with a pitchfork. You step out of the way as it stabs into the ground where your leg was just about a second ago. Just going to rush out as these guys are taking advantage of the surprise. It seems almost as if they are less than trying to hurt and kill you guys. They do seem to also be fleeing something.
Hey.
All right, Radman, you see up ahead a horde of zombies are chasing down the co-eds.
Oh boy. I'm not dealing with that stuff again. So let's try to help him out here a little bit. We're gonna try to hit this one right here.
All right, send it. Yeah. As you brace this massive revolver and send a shot out, you see it does smack straight into this thing's chest. Go ahead and roll damage. Miss Ford, you are covered in viscera as a heavy round slaps into the center of this zombie's chest, throwing it backwards, causing it to... Sorry, hang on. Alright, it's this one. Causing it to fall backwards as you are sprayed by a cartoon fountain of gore. Go ahead and end your turn.
Oh yeah.
Take a turn.
You have nothing left in your stomach. You have nothing left to throw up in your stomach, unfortunately. You can dry heave as a free action, though. Like,
Okay. Yeah, I am dry heaving. I am. I'm a car,
yep.
coughing and gagging. Just okay.
All right. You're able to make it there as you turn tail and flee, putting distance between you and the danger. It's all good. Paul, you're up.
All right. Is there any type? So this is a standard farm. I'm sure OSHA and MSHA are not in effect out here. I'm going to look around and see if there is any type of, improperly stored kerosene or gasoline in a pile that I can shoot at to set this bitch on fire.
Roll me a perception alertness. We'll say difficulty 8. Success here means that there is one to shoot, basically, which is
Perfect. 2 successes. Then
I'll say near this shed here, it's not kerosene or gasoline. It appears to be an old oil drum, which being from Nebraska would recognize being it's like waste oil that's being stored before it can be taken out.
Let's see, I'm gonna raise the difficulty because I think it's a difficult shot. And that's a miss. That's okay. I'm comfortable with that.
Yep, you brace up. You're lining up your sights. It is a oil drum, however, it is tucked around the corner, so you are only shooting at half of it, basically. Mr. Billington, the zombie has rushed up on you, and you were able to nimbly step out of the way of its pitchfork attack. How do you react?
Is the pitchfork stuck in the ground or in its hands? Like, he's right next to me, right?
Yes, he is right next to you. It's not quite.
I forgot. It's athletics, strength.
Give me a strength brawl.
Is there attacks of like opportunity like D&D? I don't remember. If I move away,
No?
can he attack me?
No, I don't think. Like, that's not. The answer is no, right, Paul?
It's very narrative and free flowing.
Yeah, in this case, then what's happening is his pitchfork is stuck in the ground. If you wanted to leave, you would be able to do so.
Yeah. Yeah, normal people don't have super speed actions like werewolves. Like, creatures with super speed can do that kind of stuff, but, like, generic people can't.
I'm not that strong, so I will just book it.
Alright. Very cool. Very dopey, as the kids say.
I am smart and stealthy. Fighting is not my forte.
Alright. In which case, you are able to make it to the car, if you'd like.
Yeah, I would like to get into the vehicle then. I forgot. How did we come here? Do we each have our own vehicle, or did I ride with you to here?
I thought you had a van and we have the Chevy Impala.
So then
I don't think it specified which one.
So I will just, if both vehicles are here, then I will just go to mine.
Alright.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Because I remember you dropped off Randy at his house in your van, and then you slept in your van. And then next time we hung out was back at the university, so you had to drive to us. So
Yeah, we didn't really specify.
Yeah, but we just assumed. Yeah, we assumed you kept your car with you.
So then I'll just get into my vehicle and try to get it started.
Sure. Yeah, you're able to, like, if you're spending your turn running to the vehicle, you climb in the driver's seat and slam the door shut behind you. Alright. Let's see. Go to the farmer's turn as they are. You guys are all ran, so you're off map. They are just rushing up, trying to close the distance here. All right. Let's see. How do I
Reroll now, right?
reset initiative? Yep, there it is. Why did I roll initiative for the dead one? Only time will tell.
No,
That's-
you gotta back
Next
the,
round.
I think, yeah. Well, you gotta back the turn marker, the previous turn. That's the only thing that Foundry doesn't handle well is inconsistent
Damn.
initiative. So, there you go.
All right. All right. Frosted. Radman lived up to his name by putting a heavy revolver round in the center mass of one of these things' chest last turn. How do you act this turn?
I think I'm gonna do the same thing. Help try to thin out the herd. Let's go for that one.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Holy shit! There's no need to wonder where your god is. He's right here.
I mean, do you need me to tell you?
Damn.
All right. Which one were you aiming for?
I was there for this one.
All right. I am curious. What
This
can
is
we
your
do?
retribution. This is your vengeance. They beat you up last
Apparently.
time. You came back
Very
fucking strapped this time.
You
You're ready.
You once again place another round in the chest of this thing. This is what you prepared for. You are here to kill. You are here to wreak vengeance upon yourself, actually, on your own behalf.
I'm an animal.
As it is this one's turn. It is going to. You watch as this thing rushes forward, and he is going to attempt to try to batter the car.
Oh, God.
We'll see how you batter your little Impala.
Chevy and Paula.
Turns out,
Yeah.
cannot punch a car well enough. Or this thing.
Let's
can.
go.
This one's going to drag its pitchfork out of the ground and try to rush forward with that.
Damn.
There is a god-awful explosive sound as you watch as the pitchfork is ripped out of his hands as he stabs into your front driver's side tire.
No! That's not punchable.
Who's
Oh,
your?
The Impalas.
Okay.
This guy's just going to spend his turn.
This car's taking a beating already. It doesn't need a.
The tire's not gonna be patched.
Mr. Parks, it is your turn.
I'm going to continue shooting at the oil can over there as I contemplate all my life choices. There we go.
Sorry, one.
It didn't show my roll, but that's because the timing is all kajanky.
You got 5 successes on damage. You watch as your round punches in to the oil canister, and luckily, the spark of the bullet passing through the metal was more than enough to make it, to give it a little bit of a spark, enough to begin lighting a fire. As a trail of black billowing smoke begins to seep out of the side of this container, it begins to leak out and begin to cover the ground around it. You've successfully started a fire. It may soon begin to spread.
Suck it, man! And my turn.
Yeah. All right. This guy is going to rush forward. He's going for your other tire, the other Impala tire, because that's where the most people are. So it's funny.
To get all four, we might be able to claim it on your insurance.
That's true.
Claim what? Also, why are you making him put a claim on his insurance?
Well, that's true. I just pay for it, but you know.
Yeah, there is another loud pop as you see. Actually, whoops, God damn it! You know that's not what I tried opening the character sheet. Just barely able to cling on with one hand as the pitchfork goes flying out from the force of the tires blowing up in front of it. All right. Miss Ford, it is your turn.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. I don't have a gun. I got a knife. What's that gonna do to them?
You got there a knife.
A knife. Guess do we abandon ship and go to a different bar?
Can I still drive with? I mean, I don't think I can drive with two flat tires.
Give me
On rims like that.
Give me an
Yeah.
intelligence drive. Well, on your
Sure.
turn you can. Never mind. Or actually, that's something you could do now, Miss Ford, is give me an intelligence drive to see if you would be able to.
Do you really need to roll for that? I forgot that you don't drive. God damn it.
I could have the thought, maybe. Encourage you.
I mean, you really shouldn't. You really shouldn't drive on rims. But shouldn't and can't are not the same.
Which one does more damage, a car or the gun?
I really don't know what to do. Stay where I am. I'm safe in the car. They can't get me while I'm in the car.
That's a very nice thought. Go ahead and end your turn.
Yep. Oh wait, is it an supposed to press?
Yes, on your
On your token at the top.
yep, up there.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Monroe, it is your turn.
I try to run them over with two flat tires.
It
Is
will
that
be a dexterity drive, and since you have 2 flat tires, we're going to increase the difficulty by 2.
I think I'll just use the 9. is what I like. I just wanted to figure like if it would even be drivable is really what my main question would be. I think just that's true actually. She's right. Alright. Yeah. I guess you said dexterity drive.
Yep. We need a bananas to encourage poor behavior. Thank you.
Use the willpower. You said the difficulty was 7.
No, 8. You're increasing the difficulty by 2.
I see.
Oh, that was close.
3? No.
You slam this Impala
Let's go.
into drive and floor it as best as you can. You kick up a serious rooster tail of mud as this thing seems to slide in place and it jerks forward with a lurch as you successfully crunch 2 of these figures underfoot or under car.
insane. It's a 2004 Chevy Impala. She has been a beauty in my family's timeline. This thing has over 300,000 miles in it. How it still drives, no one knows. End of turn.
You realize
That's
you're
actually-
all alone in the car because Liz has abandoned you. So
We're gonna go ahead and actually. I'm just gonna go ahead
Maybe I
and
get
say
a
that what you said is actually true. That car does have 300,000 miles on it, and whatnot.
I'm assuming that since they know how to take car, they gotta
Yeah.
take care of their.
Well, when it comes to like his family, his mother is like the car one.
Chips at your head.
Yeah. Again, the smarter one is my father.
All right. Mr. Billington, it's your turn.
Theater of the mind me here. Where are cars in relationship to each other?
We'll say yours is parked a little behind theirs, especially since when you guys pulled in, they would have been up front, and you would have parked just somewhere behind them, enough space that they could back up, kind of thing, and turn around, more or less. We'll say about like 10 feet in front of your vehicle. They're much further ahead, actually, as you watch as they floor it, and you see their rims kicking and digging into the muddy ground as they run over two of these zombies.
I guess I will attempt to follow them. And
Hit him with your van.
yeah, honestly, if they get stuck, it's to push their car forward with my truck because I have a more mass behind me
Yeah.
and 4 tires. So I'm going to attempt to follow behind them, and if their car gets stuck, it's like a hold the action of push their car with my car.
All right. Yep. As you begin following them, as they lurch forward and are trying
Where
to
are the
save
other teams
themselves.
coming from?
What was that?
For our other 2 friends, did they come in their own car? Is there 3 cars here now?
I assume, but they are parked at an observation distance away. We'll say.
Okay. Do they need assistance? Like, what are they doing?
we are setting fire to this den of evil, and
The other.
They got
Purging the heretic. The unclean.
Well, speaking of, let's go ahead and reset the initiative here. I assume one last time. As you guys see bursting forth from the cornfield covered in blood, you see that same monster from earlier comes bursting out. And it looks like it's not quite done.
My God, 17?
That might actually should be sign. Oh no, it doesn't change much. As this thing, I'm just gonna go. Hang on. I'm just gonna remove. I thought like setting them to dead would automatically.
it's supposed
remove
to, yeah, but it doesn't always pick that up. Like, I think it's looking for defeated, not dead.
I see. Okay. Then yeah, you guys watch in horror as this same monster comes bursting out and literally tears apart the last remaining ones in front of your very eyes. I need everyone to go ahead and make me willpower checks. Difficulty 8. Except you, Scully.
Wait, accept me. I don't know why I just realized that. The fuck?
You guys all see. Well, Anastasia, you unfortunately devolve into blind panic as you find yourself, without even realizing it, curling up in like where your legs go. Like if you're in the passenger seat, you are curled up underneath the dash, trying to stay up.
Nice.
Everyone else, you guys are able to maintain enough realization that you need to get the hell out. It is a blind fear and panic comes over you as this thing rushes out covered in blood. Scully, go ahead and give me a perception alertness.
He has the same tattoo as your Uncle Steve.
Oh,
How do you know what his inner thigh tattoo looks like?
It's a complicated family life. You notice
two
he has
successes.
this similar mark on his arm. You're like one of the bikers, guy that goes by the name of Carpenter. He has a tattoo of a old style flintlock revolver, or sorry, flintlock pistol on his arm, and you see that this werewolf has a similar.
I don't know why I keep it.
I take it.
Writing it down. Yeah, I was typing it down.
All right. I assume everyone. Anastasia is a blubbering mess next to you. It is technically your turn. It is up to you. Do you want to run away? Because you're the only one with agency in this moment to make the decision to not.
I don't think I'm. It's too much of a risk on other people, so I will drive away.
All right. Go ahead and give me a dexterity drive. This is going to be, the difficulty is going to be lessened because Billington took the time to make sure he was going to try to help you if your vehicle begins getting stuck. You're not going to be able to get far, but who knows, you might be able to get just enough distance away from this thing.
And yes, you should all definitely be paying attention to the WAD chat as I blow by below
I've been noticing.
this. It works for Liz! The monster will chase me, you all will be safe!
All right. As you guys flee a farm once again, this time leaving far more bodies than you did last time, you guys are able to get away. And I'm going to assume you guys are able to drive about a mile away, somewhere deep in the countryside here, as you guys are coming to terms with the fact that, one, your Impala needs to go to the shop, and two, that happened again.
We had Middleton, Bainstein, Greymare.
You
or
were
the
at
Tesla.
Middleton. So
Okay.
we'll say you guys get about a mile away. You guys made it to... You guys are, we'll say, back at the highway here.
Oh, those are good rims.
It's the rims are shot. What is it? Your bearings are going to need replaced. That entire front axle is going to need replaced. Honestly,
Might as well take a look at your shop. Realignment.
You're surprisingly
But-
good at this.
you go ahead and give me you. It did get further than one would expect.
Look,
She's
I
a beautiful
might not
car.
know how to
She's-
drive a car, but I do know how to take care.
I see. Have you ever changed a tire, or do you want me to? I'll just take care of that. Don't worry about that. Anyway.
I'm still at the foot. I don't know if anything else is going. Oh, I'm also covered again. Damn it!
There's a towel in the back. I switch it out every night. Or well, I usually switch it out based on usage.
Okay, was I ever?
In your car!
You never know.
The
Listen.
criminals are the friends we made along the way. What the hell?
As as you guys stop on the side of the highway here, and I'm just going to say once again, pile out and have another post-combat discussion.
I mean, with all that grime, are you alright? You didn't get hit or anything? Okay.
He's got hepatitis, just so you know. That's guaranteed. Hepatitis.
Physically, I'm fine. Mentally,
What is your total willpower? At 5 willpower, you find your... Let me double check. Because I think at 6 willpower, you find yourself remembering that encounter differently. You find yourself remembering just a bigger one of the zombies came out and attacked the others, like just cannibalizing them. Yes, 6 is forget. Yeah, no, it's just as you thought. Like there was those zombies, and yeah, that's still scary. And then like another zombie came out.
bigger one came out.
Yes, a bigger one.
I guess while I'm changing the tire, I'll say, I mean, so we promised
Have 2 spare tires?
Oh, I only have one. I only,
It's also-
Nope, that's 2.
yeah,
also-
he's
Oh, we
using
need
a tire.
We need to call a tow truck.
Yeah, of note, by the way, even if you did fix the tires, at this point, like, running on rims that long, you
Yeah, it's not
ruin
good
the
for the
car.
car. No!
No,
Chevy Impala!
not ruined, but it is going to need to be repaired. Like, this is not a thing you can...
Come on.
Thank God. I'm assuming, does your family own an auto shop?
We have friends that do.
Okay. Good deal. Because otherwise that would be $4,000.
Oof. Damn.
How much...
That's if you wanted to use OEM. Off the third party. Off the scrapyard.
Fair enough. If we're... So we promise no more secrets and no keeping, I guess, things to ourselves. So
No, we keep secrets. We don't tell
Oh,
anyone
no.
anything.
I
We get
was
a tow truck
more
up here,
speaking.
and we
I
don't
was-
talk about this ever again.
I was more speaking to Anastasia. I mean, between her and I, we kind of an agreement that we tell each other everything.
As her legal confidant, she doesn't have to tell you anything.
This one, there was a prearranged agreement before I took you on as my retainer. I promise you that it's perfectly okay. If anything, I would like it if you could extend your. What is confidentiality to our conversation?
Did the rich
Yeah,
white
I
girl
guess.
just say that dude was her slave?
Very normal of them.
I'm very confused, Radman.
I'm still trying to
Actually-
figure out. I'm still
Properly.
trying to figure out if that was a zombie wolf hybrid or a full-on werewolf.
I'm probably gonna go with Project Cornstalk, where the U.S. government in the 1970s attempted to crossbreed, humans with plants.
That more looked like a wolf, man. There's not
Well,
a plant.
Well, I
It
mean, of
looked
course it
just
would. He
like
probably added some extra DNA in there to give it some zest.
Look, werewolves aren't real. The only thing we dealt with were some people that obviously had some kind of skin condition and a feral large man.
That's
So,
definitely not
uh,
Bigfoot.
Insults?
It definitely was not Bigfoot. If you're
Yeah,
thinking about
that's
feral.
true. That's true. It was not Bigfoot. That's for certain. Bigfoot has pants. Bigfoot has the decency to wear pants in front of a lady.
Good to know. Good to know that Bigfoot is a gentleman.
It's true. It's true.
You know,
He's a
the
man
thing
of
about guys
class.
with big feet, big hearts.
Hmm. Well, they need big hearts to stimulate the. Uh, where were we?
I am going to have to suggest to this group that whatever
Huh?
class they are taking, it is not worth the credits to
I am a
continue.
biology major. I would know, but
I'm just saying, like, this is the second time you guys seem to have gone on a field trip to some type of farm situation, and it has ended in crying and blood and messed up cars.
At least this time I'm not the one going to a hospital.
It's true. It's true.
No, the car is.
Yeah.
So honestly,
Oh.
I think I want somebody to check me over because I don't want to catch what they. I'm pretty sure it didn't get, but like
poor Winston Parks walks off and just like I can't.
You believe too much into the movies. But to be fair, your skin's going to absorb more of it than anything. So yeah, probably find a lake or body of water. Probably be best.
I refuse to ever go in then unless it's the ocean. At least I know that's not. Cause my skin go weird.
I just start walking away too.
just Scully like raises a head like he's gonna say something, and then he just lowers it. Just
I know the Atlantic is not safe. Give me rashes.
I think you all should quit college. It is not helping you at all. I'm college adjacent, and I know the words coming out of her mouth are just factually untrue in the world of darkness.
Oh, Scully. You get a text. It is from a Emily Strong, your psych major friend. The text
okay.
says, "Hey, I know if I have a friend who is working at Fort Buffalo at the Gazette, like interning at the Gazette. Check out this article they leaked to me." I'm just gonna go ahead and show everyone. I need to change that year.
Reception, local giant page.
As to give a quick summary, it appears that Mayor Bonsanto have stepped in to pay Ann Smith's ridiculous fine, or her bail.
Jesus. Monsanto did that. Interesting.
Monsanto sounds like a stand-up guy.
That is
Oh.
odd that they
real quick, it is.
Have I ever met the mayor before?
Okay, real quick, it
I
is
guess
not.
maybe a question would be, have I ever seen him around the bar?
Just real quick. It is not the mayor as in the person in charge. It is a
Oh,
hyphenated
mayor's his
thing.
name?
No,
Yeah.
it is two companies. Because I'm not saying it's not
Oh.
Mayor Monsanto. It's Mayor Monsanto,
Oh.
completely different.
Right. He just switched the first names of an IRL company to make it legally distinct.
Got it.
Why are they talking about the mongrels? Are they just making an assumption that the mongrels are the ones in charge of all the drugs?
It is a constant
Yeah.
theme in the town to assume that the mongrels are involved some way. Like even the first articles when Miss Anne or Miss Smith, I mean, was originally arrested. The articles are immediately already talking about like she might have involvements with the mongrels, and that's what they assumed. Yeah. But would I know anybody from these businesses? I guess.
Oh, absolutely. You know they hire.
I would want to know if I've like seen them around the bar, 'cause, like.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, like there are students who get internships out there.
Mm-hmm.
They have a bunch of test plots, obviously, and so they need they hire farmers and local farm hands to look after them and care for them. There are people in the plant, accountants, finance people, all sorts of stuff. You see people there; they hire a lot of people in town.
Aren't they the largest private industry that is hiring people in this town?
Private, yes, because the university is public.
Did they do like job fairs or something at the end?
Absolutely, they would have had a booth at Free Ship Day.
I guess the only reason I've been asking all this would my previous conversation with my family have anything to do with this?
Almost
Did they
certainly
pull
not.
string? Okay.
In fact,
Oh,
your
this is
family.
someone but doing stuff of their own accord.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Remember, your father said if he finds something, he'll text you. And what he suggested was that he'd, put in a good word with the public defender.
Got it. I'm just updating my notes. Sorry.
So are we just waiting around for a tow truck to show up, and then
Yeah.
what happened with
Yeah.
Paul and Frosted's character?
Yeah, currently you
'Cause they
guys
left
are
them
standing here.
behind, so did they follow us, or?
Yeah, no, like this is the whole conversation we've been having. I'm
Okay,
like,
just
no,
making
she's
sure.
got hepatitis. Like, there's no doubt about it. And then she started talking about the ocean and how the ocean was safe. And then she started saying stuff about it rubs the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again. And I was like, no, y'all need to stop going to college. This is not okay. Y'all need to blink because y'all seem to be needing help. A lot of help. I'm just saying. Like me and Radman are like, oh my god, are we the responsible grown-ups here? I don't want to be. I feel old now.
So J.R.R. Tolkien didn't consider, the joke is like, oh, hobbits aren't considered adults until they're 30. How quirky and strange. That's cute. It's a joke until you realize that he was a college professor and he dealt with undergrads.
And yeah, I'm like, I don't know, Radman. I think we need to like get some evidence that proves we didn't murder these kids. This feels like Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Just saying. And I can't tell which side of the story we're on.
As a weird aside, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil is on the Internet Archive, so you can get a copy of it for free.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Because I just watched it the other day.
I probably text Ann Smith, or not Ann Smith,
Whoa.
Emily back. I text Emily and say thanks. Thanks for the update. I guess.
Why are you texting drug queen pins?
You get a text back that says, "Not even gonna tell me congratulations for making it in the paper." What a fake friend you are.
Wait a second. It says her name in there?
Yeah, she was
I
interviewed.
didn't. Damn. I feel bad now.
She's not serious. Like, this is like a, like, she sends that, and like a couple seconds later, you just get a single text that says "LOL."
Oh, the laughing emoji.
Yeah. Well, knowing Scully's probably got a little bit less of an understanding on some of these situations, so he'd probably go like, he probably already texted back immediately like, sorry, was focused on other things at the moment. Was only able to skim it. Congrats, by the way.
All right. As you guys are talking, you hear the sound of a
I
Harley.
just wanted to ask one more thing before we finished up, which was I didn't get any message from my guy during all that shenanigans, right?
No.
Okay.
It says Kylie. Isn't her name Emily?
What?
Really strong is what you said.
Kylie Strong. Emily Strong.
God damn it.
I texted her, they got your name wrong, by the way.
Don't. You get a response back, which is, "Do not tell Jessica I said this, but the paper fucking sucks."
I told Jessica this. I buy a paper phone. I tell Scully this. I do not text this.
Yeah, I've been like sharing my phone with Anastasia like this entire time, like texting while texting and showing it. Scully probably took hints on what to say there with some of this. If Anastasia's like, say this, say that.
Trying to stop you. She'll understand. She understands. We're totally talking about you.
Okay.
You would get a text back. Anastasia would get a text that just says, You're laughing such a dork."
Oh, well, I know.
But yeah, as you guys are having this discussion,
We'll grab coffee later.
as you guys are having this discussion, you hear the sound of a motorcycle. As coming from down the road towards Meadowton, there is Carpenter there. Carpenter is on his bike wearing his leather jacket. He has a helmet on because he is compliant with the law, because, I mean, they kind of gotta be now. They're under a lot of scrutiny. He is a big guy.
I haven't brought up what I saw. I haven't brought up what I saw with the tattoo
Nope.
to anyone in the party yet.
Yep, you see a Carpenter drives past. He doesn't stop. He's a big, bald guy. He's wearing he's got sunglasses on. He looks over at you guys parked, gives you a wave, keeps driving, heads back into Fort Buffalo.
I wave back. Yeah, that might look odd to some of you guys, other than like maybe Anastasia and Bob. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, because some random biker just drove by, waved at us, and then headed on. Yeah.
Huh. Hmm.
Is it
You
common
guys,
for them to wear their color? Like, are they like proud to be part of their group?
Probably. I mean, I don't know what Brody has written down for it, but I'd assume so from my perspective.
I'm illiterate. I write nothing down.
Oh, okay.
But I will say this. What I will say is it'd be kind of a moot point to not wear your colors, because it's not exactly a secret that they're a member, more or less.
Okay.
And it's a small enough town that enough people know everyone that you're not hiding that from folk.
Now, this does not dissuade my like these guys are freaking meth dealer narrative whatsoever.
I haven't really been clarifying any of this to your characters at all yet.
Mm-mm.
I will say, yeah, we're hanging out at this gang's bar at Gillies, so yeah. They have all their teeth though, so that's, I don't know. Maybe it's good meth, such a thing. But eventually, after a little while, a tow truck does appear. Comes from Fort Buffalo, and it hooks up. You see the guy gets out. It's a pretty big guy. He's got salt and pepper gray and black hair. He's got a full beard. He's pretty friendly. He is pretty big. By big I mean fat. I love him for it though. As he stumbles out, shuts the door, adjusts his belt a bit, just gets everything situated, comes over and says, well, hey, looks like you guys got a... Oh, don't you kids know to not drive on flats?
There was a bear that was chasing us. We didn't really have much of a choice.
Go ahead and give me a manipulation subterfuge roll.
I need to stop trying to lie. I need to stop trying to lie. I am the worst person for it. I need to let you guys do that. Manipulation.
It would probably be more believable if you said you hit like a metal in the road, not a bear.
Yeah.
Scully's not a good liar, right?
We hit environmental protesters.
I have 2 on this. Oh my god, I got a success.
That is his response. A bear. You saw a bear?
Yeah, and we didn't notice the piece, which then fucked up our tires.
Wait, so was it so you were running from a bear that you saw and ran into some metal?
No, they were rubbernecking because of a bear they saw and ran into some metal.
Are you sure it was a bear? I've never heard of a bear around here. Was it?
Why do you think they were rubbernecking?
That's fair.
If you saw a bear on the side of the road, you'd probably start rubbernecking too.
Yeah, probably. All right, let's go ahead and get you hooked up. And he starts going through the process. The trailer hooked up. He'll tow it to the nearest auto shop, which is on the in town here. Luckily though, there's enough vehicles that you guys can go somewhere else while that is being repaired. We'll get the billing sorted out once we get it there.
Yeah.
Because I know you, and he points to you, Scully.
Yeah.
I know your family, so they'll hear hell if you don't get me paid. So this is probably not the first time he's had to tow this particular car.
I'm assuming you just fall.
No, this thing is an angel. Stay away from it. It is a beautiful car that never fucks up. It has been in the family for too long. It's a 2004 Chevy Impala. The reason this car still works is just it runs on spite. All right. This car, everyone else thinks this car is gonna die, but no, this car refuses.
Not because you keep up with your maintenance and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
pure
Yeah.
willpower. Okay.
Yeah, it's pure spite. Yeah, that thing it runs on. It's got its own stack of willpower, and it's always at 10.
I'm scared to look up. Please tell me you change your oil on a regular basis, please.
Well, there's a bike. I'm not that bad.
Okay, good. Because I was about to have to go talk to your mom.
I don't do it. I treat this car like it's an angel.
Okay.
It's well taken care of. I don't drive on the rims normally.
Was this a first for you?
Yes, very much.
It's one of those. your car is like one of those things. Like your parents were looking after it. They put it together, and like you don't know exactly what it is they do to keep this thing running, but it is almost supernatural how well this jalopy sticks together.
You could have put together so many different cars. You could have done so much work, and you did it to a Chevy Impala. That's what they keeping alive. It's not like a 2008 fucking like Camaro. No, the Chevy Impala. That's what I'm gonna keep alive. Of all the choices you could have, though, would you go for the Chevy Impala?
Keeping a classic alive, I would have rather done it to the crown.
Then we're on the same page.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm a little biased, but you know.
No. What would Miss Anastasia Ford have a bias for? Now I'm picturing Anastasia in like a fucking like mechanic shop, just
Agreed.
looking at the mechanic, just like, why didn't you put a V8 in it? Why a V6?
Do that and then just saw off the exhaust a little.
Yeah, I'm picturing like a young Anastasia doing that.
Are you not like? Did you never like buy like or start talking good about some other car than a Ford just to like kind of get like as a bit of like a rebellion thing?
Oh yeah, she's definitely looked into the competitors like the Chevy. Went to Toyota a little bit because of the foreign imports of it. Yeah, she went into everything, dabbled. Asked to have what's it called? He probably asked for her first car not a Ford, like something different.
Yeah,
A Chevy Malibu or something.
Toyotas have better mileage. That's just like your end of line type thing. You're trying to piss off your dad.
You can get 50 miles an hour on the highway. Ford doesn't have anything at this time.
You take that back, young lady.
We have the Mach-E. We've got electric. Fuck the hybrid.
Out 2005 Impala. Damn. That's my car. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting close to evening. Do you guys just want to everyone split up, go home, reconvene the next morning, or?
I don't know. Do they plan on going perhaps in the middle of the night to a scary abandoned amusement park? You know? Are they going to investigate, you know, the screaming ghost in an abandoned mine? I mean, how many more, like, abandoned locations are you guys going to go to that require a whole bunch more violence to get you out of?
Set my alarm for 1 a.m., then we can head over to Meadowton.
There you go. I'm down.
I knew Anastasia would be.
I want to go because that sounds like fun, but also
I'd say there is.
things are going crazy tonight.
I never got to say what I was gonna say to Anastasia.
Except for the doctor.
Oh.
So maybe at 1 a.m. it's actually safe.
That's when they sleep. I guess whatever. If there's any time that Anastasia and Scully are alone, like I guess he'll talk to her and just. I didn't say it before, but I recognize the tattoo on whatever that thing was. It was a tattoo from one of the members of my family, of the mongrels. It was a mongrel tattoo.
For chance, the guy who passed.
Yeah, the one I waved at. not supposed to keep secrets, so I was gonna tell the rest, but it's more of a private thing, and I am not sure. I want to figure it out myself, and I'm thinking later tonight, or even right after this, I might talk to my mother.
Oh. Mm.
About what?
I don't. I feel like I should for that conversation. Just
Well, I
because
think
of some previous things I said.
he just looks confused. What did you say to my mother?
More things she said to me.
What did she say to you? Anastasia?
Okay, you. I have more loyalty to you. So she everything weird and story real, and including your family being a certain thing or other. Sorry. I didn't mean to rip the band-aid off like that. But I'm sure there was a nice way of saying it, but
Yeah, I mean, you're doing your best. She used those exact words?
yeah, she told me.
Um,
And I technically supposed to tell you because your mom's scared.
yeah. Okay. Thank you for being honest with me. Sorry, it's just a lot to wrap my head around. I think he just kind of like sits there, kind of stunned for a sec. Just those moments of like he opens his mouth like he's gonna say something, but doesn't say anything several times. Where he kind of like comes back into it and goes, well, thank you for telling me. Yeah, of course you can come with, we'll have to get an Uber or something. Yeah, I'm just trying to take care of this privately. What the? It's a lot to wrap my head around. You, did she threaten you or something? You said something about scaring you? I mean, she's a little scary and yeah. Yeah.
Really, it was just
The way she is, she's kind of intense energy.
yeah.
Yeah.
She wants to keep you safe, which I totally understand, but I stay safe against don't know about it.
You don't need to try and convince me of any of these things.
Convince myself.
I see. I mean, I was more thinking about it because it's you. I mean, I trust you. You've been a very good friend for a long time. I just it's a lot. I'm wrapping my head around at the moment.
If you want to have a private conversation with your mom, I get it.
I'm okay with you being there. I'm not worried about you being there or anything. I trust you.
We trust you too, as we're all standing around the window.
Wait for Paul to say something. Thank you, Paul.
idea what y'all are on about. Winston is off doing something useful. However, Radman has my monopod and my GoPro on a stick, and it's like 2 inches behind y'all. And
Actually, let's do this real quick. Mr. Billington, is there anything you would want to do before like going to sleep tonight? Like either by yourself or with the group?
Not with the group, but I would. My guardian tells me things, but does my guardian ever have a conversation with me? Or is it just one-sided? A voice tells me to do something and then never responds to anything I have to say.
Sometimes it does respond to what you say, but it always seems to be it's a little limited at times. Of course, you never have you ever tried sitting down and focusing and meditating or anything of the sort?
Yes, probably. I would imagine so. As much as this has bothered me, I've run through the gauntlet of different treatments, and some therapies would be meditation, so.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a intelligence occult. Very nice. You've actually found that in the past, if you were to burn sage and really sit there and focus, you're not able to see your guide, but it's like there's someone in the room, like just out of sight. You get the feeling of someone standing over your shoulder. And in those times, you are able to have a more significant conversation.
Yeah, so I would go back to my safe house and try to communicate with my guide just to see if, like, why save these kids? What does that have to do with me? And, like, what's going on with all these fucked up looking guys? And obviously, I don't want to leave, but is there something big coming this way?
Okay. Go ahead and give me another intelligence.
Something wicked this week.
It's your cauldron against the bubble.
I feel like this is important.
What? No. Be anything. Jesus Christ. Alright. You may ask 3 questions.
Damn.
These questions are you. I've granted.
I have successes. We literally succeeded on every roll.
When you're like this, your guide is less of like an angelic, all-knowing figure. And in this style of conversation, when you sit down, try to specifically commune with them, they just seem like a tired old.
I guess the first question is from a non-metagame perspective, I guess, of are these kids going to continue to be important to me, and should I stay around them? Are they going to be important to me? That would be my first question.
They're gonna be as important to you as you let them want. They can be so much life. But if self-interest need, they do save your life at least once.
I want my second question to be. Anybody can help me brainstorm an idea for a second question? I know what my third one will be, but what's a good second question?
In general, about like
You're at home when you're doing this, right? Like alone.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
none of our characters can really
No.
like
This
help
is
you out with
a
that.
This
meta
is-
game.
So
Like, I'm just trying to think of a second
I
question.
would see if your messenger knows if there's something in the area causing them, or do you know what I mean? Is it an ancient Indian burial ground kind of situation?
I don't want to
or
be
is
too
it-
specific. I know my third
Well, no,
question
but that's
is
what I'm
gonna-
saying. Like, but that there's a difference, or is it somebody causing it? Because those are two very separate kinds of things. Because then you could start looking into the history of the area, or then you could start looking into what might be causing it. Because if it's an ancient Indian burial ground, maybe we could, like, you know, put the Indian bones back and not have to worry about it, or if it's being caused, maybe we just get an injunction from the court.
Okay, so I guess my second question would be: is this would be just a generic of like, is something big coming this way, or is there going to be a very like large event that's going to be taking place here soon? And then my third question would be the more actually story driven of
Let's go ahead and answer your second question first, which is you hear just, I mean, it's already there. It's a sponge. It's soaking up blood and viscera, and when the planet's blood is poisoned, that's when things are gonna get real bad.
Write that down. And then for my third question, it would be: is the thing that is going to be happening caused through some ill intent, or is it a byproduct of something else? Like, is there a particular mind pushing this event coming, or is it just by happenstance, like, oh, Indian burial ground somebody dug up, versus you know, somebody intentionally saying, no, I'm going to poison the water hole? Right? Like, is this intentional, what's coming?
I like
There
that. I
are-
like that.
There are people deliberately trying to turn everything as evil, dark as they are.
Could you repeat that? I missed the
There are people deliberately trying to turn everything as evil and dark as they are.
Okay.
Not monsters. They weren't at first. People.
Down with capitalism.
It's just
It's the
obviously a sign of late stage capitalism.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's what I would do with my night, would be to organize all the things that I need to organize for it, and try to commune with my guide to get a little direction. Like I said, from a meta level, yes, obviously the other player characters are going to be important, and like obviously this is a story,
Yes,
so
this
something is going to happen. I know those two questions, but it's nice to know that somebody is pulling strings versus happenstance.
Correct. Very good. Mr. Parks, do you want to quickly roleplay through your interaction that you wanted to do?
Sure. I like Radman.
Are you telling me I got to role play in a role playing game? What the fuck?
How did you show up?
No,
Wild.
we're all giggling about what was put in the WAD chat.
Radman, I think that hanging out with these kids necessitates us using some of that GoFundMe money to upgrade our gun game. So I'm gonna head over to Cabela's and I'm going to exercise all of my American freedom.
I will join you there. I agree, especially after what I just last saw. Because I want to be far away from that. Whatever that was.
I'm gonna quickly Google what time it closes. It should still be open. It's open. But yeah, as you guys go to the Cabela's, it's just on the outskirts of town, right over here. You pull in the parking lot. It's pretty empty this time of the evening. You walk inside. You are accosted by no less than 4 sales personnel asking you if you need any help before you make your way into the back where they keep the firearm. There is a young woman behind the counter. She's
there always is.
Yep. She has her hair tied up in a ponytail as she's wearing her Cabela's vest. She goes, "Hi, welcome to Cabela's. Is there anything I can help you with?"
Need something in the range of between ethnic minority and large bull elk caliber.
You see the slightest twitch in her eyes.
We're just ignore him. He's pulling your leg. We're just
You have
looking
a
for
357. Like
we're just looking for a
Yeah.
rifle that is good for large game.
2, preferably, something cool looking.
She turns around. The semester's just started, and with a air of horror, you realize that you got stuck with the salesperson who just started and probably moved here from Lincoln or Omaha, and is probably
All right.
Oh boy.
let's go.
Well, you know what? This one looks pretty cool, and she walks to the gun with the most digits on the price tag.
Okay. All right.
Way to go. Great sales.
All right.
Right there.
This here is she starts reading off the tag.
Yep, as they do. Yep.
This is a Colt. This is a tiny horse. It's black. It has this stick thingy. And she points to has a front grip on it.
Okay.
And this scope sight thingy. And it's chambered in 556.
Okay. All right. Now, I hear what you're saying. I hear your truth. Okay. All right. I will very unprofessionally whip it around a few different times, looking at it through the scope.
She is not
You-
knowledgeable enough to duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask,
I just
is it one of
easily
those
put my hand
situations
to the
where
right-
like the gun points at someone and like everyone knows that you're not supposed to do that, but both of you are so like
Exactly.
unaversed to gun safety that
Oh,
both of
he-
you are okay with it?
Well, no, he swings it towards me. I just put my hand up and just to let it bounce off and just redirect it away from me.
Oh, that's right. No Mongolian deathworm incidents again. Sorry. I don't know.
Again?
I don't know about this. This seems pretty steep. I'll hand it back. What about you, Radman? I'm gonna go eyeball the shelf from the counter there.
Yeah. You guys are able to spend time, and then I'll just actually go ahead and say, yeah, like you said, you can use that GoFundMe money and just use that temporary data resources just to get this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking for anything more than basically just an AR-15. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I will
will-
say, just because.
will be-
Normal AR, nothing.
Well, no, the nothing extravagant means that it's not going to be full auto or burst capable. It is just a semi-automatic.
Meanwhile, I'm looking at like a bolt action rifle.
Next to that, and that has its place as well, which would be
Yeah.
bigger caliber than what I'm getting.
Yeah,
Yes.
there are. Let's see what's actually present as far as like items. Do you want just like a normal deer rifle? There'd be so many, like there'd be a lot to choose from in a Cabela's, or are you trying to go for the elephant gun? I'm going to shoot a Cape Buffalo to your gun.
I'm thinking like in between that.
So it's probably a 308 or 330.
308, yeah.
308.
300 Blackout.
Yeah, there's
Or-
No, 300 Blackout is a small bullet.
That's
No.
small. Yeah.
there is a Remington 700 chambered in 308.
Ooh, perfect.
Elephant gun.
And because it's a Remington 700, it's cheap. It's cheaper
Yep.
than you'd expect.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like $2.99, I think.
Bullshit! Hang on. I have a trip to make if that's true.
It's an anti-tank rifle.
I'm not
What?
going that far yet. I'm not looking for a 50 BMG just yet, or a 338.
I am.
Maybe in the future.
Yeah, hey, you know the. Yes, I was gonna put that in chat, but I didn't know if anybody would know the reference. Let's go.
Yep.
The
Yes.
what?
Have you seen Housing Ultimate Abridged?
It just.
No.
It is so fucking funny. Yeah, it is the funniest shit. But there's a line that, like, Lizzie's been saying it. That just, like, basically just, Alucard's his name.
Yeah.
Fucking goes, get that bitch a cannon. Bitches love
Oh,
cannons.
I was off by $100. It's $3.99, Brody.
So the entirety of the show, she carries around an anti-tank rifle. Because that's her preferred firearm.
It's like the only thing that'll pierce this armor is an anti-tank rifle. Wait, that's an anti-tank rifle. Oh,
Yep.
that's an anti-tank rifle.
Yeah. Bitches
Alright.
love cannons.
Saras is, she's pretty cool. Got that 25 mil.
I have heard bitches love cannons so much, I never realized it was. I should have guessed. Reference to something. I've heard people saying bitches love cannons
So
so
good.
much in this Discord. That's on me.
It's
really.
such a great series. It's so good.
All right.
It's a Holocaust museum? No. No one forget what we've done.
No one can forgive him, he does. And no little Timmy glued to your crotch. Progress.
Okay. Let's cut back over to Scully. Were you going to let Anastasia come with you to talk with her parents?
Yeah, he was honest with that. Like he
Well, it's good
definitely-
because you don't have a car currently, so
Yeah, he was gonna have to get an Uber anyway. Well, does she have a car? Yeah, I figured. Yeah, that makes sense.
roll me a D10 on a 7-up. The one guy who does Uber in Fort Buffalo is working tonight.
5.
Well, looks like you're walking.
Well, shit.
It's not that bad. It's a 2-mile walk. Sun's not quite going down quite yet. And honestly, it's a Friday night. There's plenty of people walking this time of day. A lot of the college kids would walk to the bar. There's a little festival thing, a welcome to Fort Buffalo thing going on downtown on the Bricks, which is like old downtown where all the bars and crap are. Just to like get, you know, the college kids in, like let them spend money, show them where all the fun things to do are. You are walking past that to the other side of the tracks to Gillies. It is much quieter this side of town as it usually is. It's, you know, Gillies is just a bar. It's not, doesn't have all the glitz and the glamour that seems to attract kids. But as you make it around like a block away, you see your dad outside the bar. The lights are turned off, and you see he is locking up. It is 9:30 at night. It is far too early.
Am I- Yeah, am I showing up, like, am I near him, or am I just seeing this from a distance?
Yeah, you're a block away. You're close enough you could shout out and talk to him, or you can just, like, wait until you get up to him. It's up to you.
Yeah, I guess I'll wait until I get up.
Yeah, he finishes locking up, he turns around, is heading to his bike, starts putting on a helmet, goes, "Oh, hey, sport, what are you... Miss Ford, it's good seeing you. What are you guys doing here?"
Closing up a little early, it looks like.
we know better than to try to, compete with, it's competition's a bit rough this time of day, or this time of year, especially with the festival downtown and whatnot. Yeah, no, there's really no reason for you to be here.
I was hoping to talk to Mom or you. Probably your mom.
Well, your mom's
Busy.
busy. Now, mom girl business. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Don't You live on campus, correct? Or did you still live with your parents?
I lived on campus.
Yeah, don't come by the house until we tell you it's okay.
Yeah, okay. Why?
Things are gonna get very busy here.
About what's thoughts.
Something like that. He kind of
just took out the tires.
Paula is in the shop right now.
What? Sorry, what? Oh, you. Alright. Listen, there's a lot we didn't tell you, and I promise you, I'll fill you in. We'll bring you in completely. You are one of us. We can't just pretend you're not, and it's not fair to you to not be telling you these things. But right now, I need to get out there with your mom and the rest of them, because they're gonna need my help, okay? I need you to promise... I need you to promise me we're going to go back to the campus, we're going to stay safe, and just... I love you, okay?
I love you too.
You see he gets on his bike, is about to leave, and he says, "Oh, you didn't walk here, did you? Oh, right, you're crossing the shop. Grab the old bike, the old Harley, out of that back shed there. Just, I don't want you walking around this time of night. It's not safe." As he tears off into the night and south.
What direction does he go? Like south or east?
Yes,
or
he heads south.
Okay, I didn't hear you. I thought you said south at the end there, but I wasn't certain.
Okay, I was about to give you so much shit.
But yeah, it cut out for me, and I was like confused. I was like, was he gonna say south? I swear he was gonna say south, but I wanted to confirm it. Okay. Guess I head towards the back shed to go get the to take a look at the bike.
Yeah, the back shed's where it's where they keep a lot of like their the tools for dealing with bikes. Like there's a hoist in there for putting it up, a couple of blocks, a lot of parts. It's got a snap-on toolbox, that kind of thing, all the fun stuff. But there is a bike back there that has just been put back together from. You remember the story? A tire blew out and it fell into a river and got flooded, and so they were, draining it and getting that fixed. But they got it fixed back up, and it's just they're debating on keeping it in case it's like the backup in case someone's bike runs into some engine problem.
Got it.
That's a bitch trying to fix.
Yes.
Then you gotta worry about the part.
No, you can continue to rent. I'm okay with that.
Well, then you gotta worry about the electrical and all that shit and I appreciate the dedication, and this shop looks really nice.
It's like a garage. All right.
If there's a lift and there's tools, It's a
That's true. It is his mother. Like she would. It makes sense. And you said mother scares you. Scares you. I'm sure if she knew all these things, if she knew all these things about your knowledge of vehicles, I think she'd love you.
I'm sure we'll eventually get to a station, but I think we get a horse.
Fair.
Yeah.
I
You
guess-
guys are able to make it back to the university. No issue. Everyone settles in for a night's rest. Or a fitful night's rest, depending on your
Are
demeanor.
you not gonna follow your father?
He kind of contemplates it for like a second, and he does kind of. I think he discusses it with Anastasia.
I'd take your lead on it. 'Cause as much as the curiosity is there,
Do it. Follow him.
I think he is gonna follow her. I'd follow him. He's gonna probably follow his dad from a
What
distance.
just happened today? You don't know. Some kind of crazy wolf thing could attack him.
Yeah, he very much wants to take a distance on it, but he also he's watching. He wants to follow his dad.
Okay. Go ahead and give
As-
me a dexterity drive.
As he discovers the unfortunate
was gonna
truth
say-
that his father is actually just going to a local clan rally. Troubled by this information. Didn't
Of all
know
the
whether to-
things, it's a clan rally. That's what my dad's going to. All right.
It's worse. It's not the
It's a
coop.
strip club, but rallies work.
Both are just as terrifying. 2 successes.
I was gonna ask. It's like
Oh damn.
I ride a bike. Does that mean I know how to ride a motorcycle?
No.
Yes, that's the same thing.
Not at all.
You
No.
Ty goes to the defender. You are attempting to tail your father. You get a text that just says, "Go campus now."
Think while driving?
Oh, goodness. That's right.
I guess I will turn around by that point. Caught in the act and all that.
I will say though, you're going to follow him. He went
Uh-huh.
down south and he went east on this road here. It's called Coal Chute Road,
Mhm.
and he is heading east, out of town.
All right. Then I guess I'll head back to the campus.
All right. And with
There
that,
you
as
go.
everyone gets settled in for a good night's rest, we're going to take a quick 10-minute bio break. And then we will return for more game.
Who did you say bless you to?
Oh, wait.
Oh, okay.
10 minutes. Be right back.
Okay.
Squatch Purity Society.
Sometimes the crap that comes out of my AI is ridiculously hilarious. So he's got a little badge, a little button, and everything. Just need to figure out a way to make him wear a red baseball cap. Oh wow, this. Oh, okay. This next one that just came out is. Oh, it's not even finished rendering, and already.
You're liking it.
Not even that. I am scandalized. You know. I'm like, what
Thank you.
the hell? Apparently, my AI went full fascist.
Oh no.
So, okay, and here is my prompt: Bigfoot in the style of a private investigator. That is the prompt, literally.
Okay.
And so, that one came out like that with him in the little suit and everything. This is what just popped from this just hitting it again.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm getting the KGB vibes from him.
Yeah, well. I'm like, what the hell?
Why is Bigfoot a Nazi?
Actually, I don't know. It's the
I
Squatch
go and get a
Purity
drink
Society.
and come back and I'm just like,
I literally just hit the generate button again, and this is what came out. I'm like, okay, well, apparently, apparently this guy is going to like the Ape Supremacy Society.
Why does that
Let's
look
give
like
this
Wreck-It
spring
Ralph?
title That too.
Alright, I gotta... Now that I can scroll through and see what you've all generated.
Such a great movie.
I love
Damn it.
the idea of Sasquatch hiding in Nebraska is still very funny. I just imagine it as being like he's hiding in the one copse of trees for a like 3-mile radius.
Oh no, he goes to college up there.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the whole thing. It's a liberal studies college, so you can't question him too much. Are you questioning my Neanderthal features? That's speciesist.
As someone with a liberal arts degree, that is not what liberal arts means, but I get what you're saying.
Sounds more like gender studies,
Right.
but with species. What did they call it?
Biology?
Vegans.
No. Fascist. No. So you have to understand like contextually because my AI generates in about 30 seconds. So in the first one, that's where Liz was in the car, and then the car blew its tires, and she was like, "Nope, I'm out of here. Sorry about your car." And then, and then when she was like, "No, I didn't run for the car," and the hillbillies are attacking it, she's like, "Go away. I have a boyfriend." To the hillbillies. And then I was like, hey, if it works for her to strip down and distract people, it'll work for me. And that's when I stripped down and ran around the werewolf. And then apparently, it decided that Sasquatch, I don't know what it decided with that picture of the blonde lady and the shirtless guy and like the little short Omni-Man Sasquatch in the background. I don't know what that, I don't know what that was. Then it
I was
started
just
getting-
wondering what the tail was all about because there's a tail behind.
It
That's a
was-
big ass ponytail.
Yeah.
Rapunzel.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I like to imagine though, it's like Paul using his AI generator to make to make these human figures, especially women, is a bit like finally taking your Mustang to the track and seeing how fast you can let it loose. Like, oh, this is what it was made for.
That's right. Oh, and then when y'all were talking to the tow truck driver explaining how the car got fucked up, that was Sasquatch in the woods. This is how he saw y'all run over his baby, and now you're just lying to the tow truck driver. He's like, oh, and that's why he started following y'all around town, and that's why all the rest are now Sasquatch stalking you. When y'all were having the conversation about the tattoo, y'all shouldn't keep secrets in there. Sasquatch is watching.
I posted Audrey from Atlantis because that's what Liz's car rants are giving.
I really appreciate that. She was an awakening.
I mean, yeah, me too, but I don't think it's this.
No, it's the same.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to jet in about 10 minutes. My D&D game starts at 5, so...
That's very good.
Yeah,
We're all back though, yeah?
so...
Right, my 10 minutes was as it seems.
Oh, my
As
goodness.
we will start off the day, Scully, you are awoken in your dorm by a knock at the door.
Why'd the music change? All right. I answer the door. I was about to just treat it like normal, and then I heard that low, like insidious music. And I was like, wait a second. I'm a little worried now. But Scully answers the door.
There is a sheriff dress uniform. He
Bigfoot
is
called the
holding his
cops on
hat in his hand. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm Sheriff Carter. You Scully Monroe?
Is there a reason, Yeah.
There was an altercation last night, and we'll need you to come down to the hospital to positively identify the remains, but we believe both your parents.
Should have followed.
Sorry,
I guess
this
you
is
just-
Sheriff Paul Namter. Sheriff Namter.
Okay. I guess I just follow him.
Take you. He asks if you need a ride or if you'd like to drive yourself.
Where are these remains?
They'll be at the hospital at St. Andrews. If you just go in the front entrance, there. Head mortuary.
I'll need a ride.
Okay. You can sit up front. Not in trouble. As you guys walk down camp, it's still pretty early. No one gets up early on a Saturday. Or some people. The overachievers out for jogs. People trying to get ahead of the line. Coffee as you are walking in spaces. Everything seems quiet. The sheriff's car is just a standard patrol car as you know it. You climb in the front seat, surround tech. The implements of the police tradecraft that you're not particularly familiar with, almost before you realize that you are outside the hospital. The sun is shining, and you think for a moment, oh, it's fine. It's during the time. Oh. When you almost glide. When
Sorry, you
tragedy
cut off a bunch there. I didn't.
Sorry. You almost glide. Sometimes when you feel this numb, this flattened, things just sort of happen to you and you just respond. Everything just seems to slide past you. Find yourself being led into the basement of the hospital. Every now and then you'll see a doctor look over at you or a nurse. The hospital is busy, bustling nearly. But every now and then one of them will look over and you'll just see a look of sadness, pity, something. But you are taken downstairs and there is a deputy guarding a door. You are led through. There's two rows of simple metal beds, 12 of them in all. each of them has someone laying there. There's shelves along the wall for storage of bodies as well. All of these are covered by sheets, except the toes, which stick out. Tags on them give estimates of who they are. You are led over to where two of them are, towards the edge. The sheriff leads you to the first one, pulls back the sheet. You see your mother. It looks like, from what you can see, she took some sort of incredibly jagged wound to her neck. It looks like she was nearly decapitated. When he peels back the sheet on your father, you don't see what happened. You just know it to be him, and you know them both truly.
To be truly dead? Is that what you were trying to say?
Yes, to be truly dead. The sheriff says, "These your folks?"
Yeah. They are.
Alright. Okay. That's all we needed. Let's get you out of here, okay? Do you have someone you can call?
I just have a few minutes. Can I get a minute or two? 5? Anything?
Sure. Don't touch them. But if you have something you need to say, we'll give you a minute or two. He steps out, closes the door, but he is watching you through the door, through the window. You realize that they're watching you because, moment of horror, you realize why the cops are here. This is part of an investigation of some sort.
Make sure you can see no evidence.
I'm not even sure that I'm not even sure Scully may even notice any of that. He's very much more focused on what's kind of obviously in front of him. He's far less focused on the cop watching him at all. I'm not even sure if he would notice the cop watching him at all. He just spends the few minutes that he's given just trying to mourn his parents with the best of his ability and kind of process all of this. I think at some point he breaks down and cries. And he just kind of sits there in a chair for a while before he finally gets up and heads to the door with the officer.
He opens the door and ushers you out. All right. You have someone call? Someone you trust?
No one with a vehicle. Could you just... Can you take me back to the university?
Yep, can do that for you.
I'm sorry, I didn't even ask. What happened?
It's a matter of ongoing investigation, so I can't comment on much, but there was a train derailment, and a lot of people, it seems, got caught in the wreckage. Unfortunately, your parents and their friends are some of them.
I go back in. Can I like turn around and walk back into the morgue?
Probably not. You could try to convince the officer to let you, but
Who else is in there?
we're working identification at the moment. There will be a press release once we have all the information, and we will be in contact. I have some questions for you as well relating to the investigation.
What did you say, Lizzie? I didn't hear that.
Go talk to the cop.
I'm sorry. Are you suggesting something?
Nothing of the sort. Why don't you go ahead and...
My parents are sitting on a table, fucking dead. You really think this is the right time? Well, I think I'll take myself back. I'll
Alright.
figure something out.
Alright.
He doesn't even respond to the alright or anything. He's already out. How far is the hospital from the university?
It's a couple of blocks.
I think he just walks it. He just walks it.
Yeah. You're more than able to. For everyone else, I mean, you'd hear rumors about how, actually, about mid-morning, by about mid-morning, say about 10 o'clock or so, that is by the time the information would have made its way through the rumor mill that there was a train derailment roughly by the Mayor Bonsanto plant. Furthermore, that there was a lot of people killed in that derailment, including a local biker gang.
Yeah, I think Scully's he's either hanging out in his room or he's just hanging out near the bike. He might even took the bike to go to Gilly's and just, I guess, go inside maybe. Or, I mean, his parents own the place, right?
Actually, Court owned.
Who owned it?
Court.
Court?
Cork.
Court.
C-O-R-K.
Okay.
He was the leader of the gang, but he's not there anymore.
Mm,
Still locked up the way your dad left it.
I see. So he just hangs out near the bar. Probably just looking at the bike and I don't
Everyone
know
else?
how else to go with it. It's like I think
Yeah.
he just is just stunned with all of it. He doesn't even know what he should do.
The rest of
Anastasia would have texted him by now. Fast forward.
He probably doesn't text for a little bit before he finally responds and just says Gillies.
Well, time to hop on my bike and pedal over.
the two conspiracy nuts, you would have been pretty plugged into the fact that there was a massive accident and there is a major police presence outside of the genetics testing. So that's fodder for a story and a half.
Right. Hey, Redman, have you noticed there's a lot of Bigfoots in town? I'm just saying, you know.
I think the plural is big feet.
I feel like that was a dream you had last night, but there is quite a few hairy people here. I do agree about that.
So weird. So weird. It's almost like we're being punished for running over a Bigfoot child and then blaming it on a bear.
I didn't. I don't think that was, but okay, whatever. You think what you want, I'll think what I want. Because that's more of a werewolf. But, anyways. But yeah, there's a lot here.
Huh. Oh no, man. Something up with that train wreck. I think we might have to investigate it.
I feel kind of the same way.
Seems rather convenient that it derailed right near the next spooky abandoned place those college kids were probably gonna go investigate.
You're basically saying, might as well go check it out before they get there. So
That's
we're
true.
already ready for them
That's right.
to randomly show up.
That's right, exactly.
Just anticipate them doing
That's
something
right.
stupid.
That's
By doing something
correct.
stupid.
That's right. And so that is where Paul will leave. He is going to take his new AR-15 and go stake out the train derailment and see where it goes on. So if these college kids shows up, I can just start shooting at people without having to worry about it.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, I am out, and okay. All right. Bye, and I will. Oh, I won't see y'all next Saturday or next Sunday because I got a stupid board meeting next Sunday. So, anyway, but I'll talk to y'all later. Good game, lots of fun. Thanks, guys. Don't die.
Take care.
No promises.
Yep. All right. As you guys. Would everyone go ahead and meet at Gillies, or are you?
I would have texted Bob
Okay.
just to be like, let him in on the rumor mill. I don't know if I would. Maybe.
They would say, we're gonna beat you to the crash, so you don't die.
She just said emoji.
But Bob, as you are heading out, your special friend would tell you that Fort Buffalo is without defenders.
it's just like, do we gotta go find some?
Avengers now.
Right? It's just like, no, I just wanted to be safe and go back to my old job. Yeah, I'll head over there to meet up with them. I don't know about his parents yet, so
Yeah. You guys.
I have no reason to assume anything from Mayor Bonsanto yet.
There's not exactly Mayor Bonsanto's not giving a press release quite yet. All my pens are dead pieces of shit. And I unfortunately did find a clicky one.
I have nothing against Turkey.
But yeah, you guys. I noticed it too listening. But you guys are at Gillies, outside Gillies, mid-morning. It is it's tense. Like, it's Saturday, it's bright and sunny, but any sort of sound seems to be a violation. Sorry, any sort of sound seems to be a violation.
Kind of pictured, like, because you said there was like a shed, or, I mean, that's where you got the bike.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's where Scully is at, probably polishing the bike, or I guess maybe tuning it or doing something to it.
Yeah, it's just something to do. Just keeping your hands busy.
Yeah.
It's
Anastasia would show up and have her bike out. Just go sit in the shed, waiting for you to talk if you wanted to talk.
He'll definitely sit there. I kind of be in silence for just at least a few minutes. I don't know what I'm supposed to. Am I supposed to say something? Am I supposed to? I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do.
That's a question, Dave. Everyone has their ways. They really. I feel you.
Fucking cop suggested that I might have had something to do with it. That my family might have had something to do with it. What a fucking piece of shit. I don't know what I'm supposed to feel. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I am more angry than I have ever been.
And you let go. Feel the feelings, and then you don't talk to the cops. I guess Bob or another lawyer is present. Fuck them. They're going to try to do something to you, family, and your friends.
Who's left? It's like who went over there last night? I know we said your mom and dad, but then he said that there was like 12 other bodies at the
12
morgue?
12 other bodies visible. There was space for dozens more in the lockers.
So it's like, how many people are left? I can make an assumption based on what the guy told me, but I'm just asking him.
There was the only gang member who wasn't listed as one of the deceased was a very old man going by the name of let's see, what would his name be? Sherwin. Old man Sherwin's his name. He was not listed as one of the deceased. Usually doesn't go out. In fact, you notice he doesn't even hang out at the bar very often. You don't know where he hangs out. He's not like good with technology either, so like you don't know like his cell phone or anything. You know he's part of the gang because you know people talk to him and you've seen him every now and then. But he's
You
Not-
find him in the yellow pages?
no, he wouldn't.
I should have followed him.
I kick you. Could have been one of those people. Be with them now, and not here.
Maybe I could, but
The difference would
Dang.
be is you would be on the slab with them, and I would be the one crying. That's the difference. And now you're here, and we're going to do, and we're gonna figure out what happened because something about the story doesn't, especially with what we now know.
thanks, Anastasia. There's a lot going in my mind right now, and a lot that I'm thinking about. I'm angrier than I've ever been. I can't put anything right together. I don't know what I should feel, and I'm angry. I want to snap. I want to do something. Polishing this bike is the only thing that I can think to right now. I can't just sit here and act like nothing happened.
That's okay for but
Scully, give me a wits roll, difficulty 9.
Wits. Okay. I guess I'll use a willpower. I don't have many of those left, but one
Did you-
success.
just to do some
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel this call to action, this inherent desire. You recognize that something is wrong. You've always known there's always been something wrong, and you feel this burning desire to do something about it. Inside your emotions, it's almost like trying to start a car where the starter's broke or where it's just not catching. You feel something trying to burn through you, and it just doesn't catch. But that's not to say there's nothing. I am going to change your sheet.
Jesus.
Oh, wait. I need to actually pull up your sheet. I'm adding something to your sheet.
Anastasia. You want to get drunk? I just don't want to think right now, and I've seen you drunk before, and I think that'll be more fun than anything I can think of right now.
Scully, just to make sure, can you see the thing I added to your sheet? It should be just above your health.
Just above health. I don't know what that is, but
All right, good.
I see it.
It's a thing. I'm just gonna go ahead.
Okay. Should I look this up or no?
Yes, please.
Okay.
This is something that Paul would have caught the second I said you didn't need the roll for delirium. You are what's called a kinfolk.
What does that mean?
You are a non-werewolf blood relative to werewolves.
Okay. Does that help with anything? Oh, wait. I mean, it has its own stat. So... Yeah.
It's a certain status.
Okay.
But it is 10 o'clock in the morning. If you want to get drunk, go ahead. They
You can drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
I was going to make the joke, you can't spell drunk without UNK, but unfortunately it's UNFB. So, can't spell drunk without UNFB, I guess.
There you go.
I assume there's like a mini fridge in this garage. I'm sure there's beer in there.
Oh yeah, there's beer.
Break into your favorite bar.
Yeah, it's right next to the bar. So I mean,
Well, no, there's obviously a shop fridge with like banquets, banquets in there.
that's what I'm picturing. Like the
With
thing
some
is,
buck
like,
skins in ya.
yeah, I don't think Anastasia has ever seen. I don't think anyone. He doesn't. Scully doesn't drink. At least not really. Not like he's drank before, but it's not like he's not an experienced drinker.
Just not like
Yeah.
fun. Do some shots.
Yeah. If he gets drunk, he's being a civilized person.
I was more going to suggest a ring, but if that's, I won't let you drink alone.
Do you text Radman that in lieu of going to investigate the scene, getting drunk?
Yeah.
All right.
Be a minute. Best of luck. Yeah.
I will not
and
receive it because
And I sent
satellite
a
phone.
photo of one of the bars.
And then Bob, what are you going to be doing this time?
I'm going to be the responsible adult, and I have to drive them because they're not going to be able to legally drive with how much they're drinking.
All right. Let's cut over to Radman.
Okay.
Radman, as you drive over, you eventually see that there have been, as you get east out of town here, head towards the Mayor Monsanto. It's just on the other side of the interstate here. You do see that there was a track that comes off of the main rails up by the highway and comes down the plant, goes back to the main plant in town here, or back to the main rail line in town here. There is police tape up on a lot of the dirt roads on the way in, kind of blocking the way. But you are able to park and find a overview to look at the crash site. Do you have binoculars or anything of the sort?
I feel like we should, but I don't have any in my inventory.
You absolutely should, being like the Bigfoot hunters you are.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a perception alertness test.
Okay. Perception.
I'm surprised with all the tech and stuff he has that it's not like I have an infrared, night vision scope, all the tactical gear.
Oof. You are staring at a train wreck through your binoculars. You see splashes of blood every now and then, but honestly, it is pretty much just. I mean, you're not able to make heads or tails out of any of it, but you are so caught up in observing what's going on and like trying to make heads or tails of what you're seeing that you are caught by surprise as you hear a voice behind you. Just, yeah, that's a shit show, isn't it?
I immediately roll around to see who was speaking.
You see a man, I'll go with this one. You see a man wearing a tie as well as a fedora because he's stereotypical like that. You don't recognize him immediately, but it's okay because he introduces himself. He sticks out his hand and says, "Hi, Marty Kemp. I'm with the Buffalo Gazette. Were you present? Did you see what happened here?"
No. I just heard the rumors and saw the commotion of the police of a possible train crash, or derailment. So I was curious to see what it looked like.
Yeah, no, it's a train wreck. I heard quite a few folk died. You know anything
Yeah.
about that?
I don't. It's just train derailments are so rare and uncommon. It just caught my interest.
He shrugs.
But
Oh, they've been happening a lot, it seems. This is the part where I say, in real life, in this area, we had 2 train derailments in the same nearby town, within a year of each other. It's so bad that Union Pacific stopped sending trains down that track for months. And I don't think they ever figured out why, or if it was just like a freak wind accident. Well, they happen quite a bit. He scratches his 5 o'clock shadow and pulls up his camera with a big old telephoto lens on it. You don't mind if I, stand up here with you or anything, do you? It's a pretty decent spot.
I don't see a reason why, as long as we don't get trouble coming our way from officers not liking us here, but go ahead.
Parks, Winston Parks is within line of sight with a rifle. He's giving you cover, he said.
Yeah.
You have a sneaking suspicion it's just, I don't want to go get caught by the cops, and he just sent you in.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go with looks down. There's a couple of you see a couple of ambulances, a couple of cop cars there. You do see it would be possible if you wanted to kind of, you could try using a row of trees along an old creek bed to sneak closer for a better look at
Yeah, because I'm assuming he would give me his GoPro and want closer footage.
Oh, almost certain.
Yeah. Why not? Let's take a little danger into action.
Go ahead and give me a dexterity stealth check.
Okay.
You are traveling through this old creek bed. You are doing your best to keep your footsteps soft. Behind you somewhere, that reporter is just watching you. maybe he's getting a few pictures of you moving carefully through the bush. You wonder if this is what Bigfoot feels like. Eventually, though, you do get a bit closer to the actual train wreck site. Go ahead and give me another perception alertness check.
Okay.
As you're closer to the train, you see these were chemical cars already spilled onto the ground. You see, like, where it was wet, you'd see that the plants have been singed and blackened as if they've been, had pesticides or herbicides poured on them. More to the point, though, I just realized what the clicking noise was, by the way. It's not a pen. I'm playing with a tape measure. Cool. I'm not gonna. But yeah, as you guys are, as you alone, Diggory, as you are staring at this, you look at the train. It's these chemical cars, and you can, now that you're closer, through your binoculars, you see bullet holes. This train was shot up, and looking at it, you see long, tearing gashes, almost like claw marks on where the engine, like on the actual, main train, the thing that pulls.
Oh, I wonder if it's the same creature as yesterday. I need to make sure I get some good video for this, because if I don't, he's going to yell at me again. But
go ahead and give me a craft. Let me check your character sheet. What is your craft there?
3.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a computer dexterity to take a picture with your digital camera.
Oh.
You think you got the important stuff.
Yeah.
As you're trying to take a picture, you watch as one of the people on the scene wearing Mayor Bonsanto. It's one of the security guards for the Mayor Bonsanto. You watch as he tilts his head up in the air, and it looks as if he's sniffing for something.
What? That's weird.
Turns to face you.
And I slowly sneak away. Hopefully, he doesn't see me.
Go ahead and give me a dexterity stealth check.
Yes.
As you melt back into the woods, clamber up back to the creek bed, you eventually make it all the way back to where the reporter is. He looks at you as you approach this. Hey, you know what? If you give me a copy of those photos you took, I will not publish these photos of you sneaking onto a crime scene. Deal?
That's funny. You say that. But we've been being watched this entire time, right? So it's not just me that's being seen here either.
Oh, yeah, no.
Also,
I'm
yeah.
not at a crime scene.
But that woods weren't either taped off either. So it's not truly a crime scene from where I was.
Go ahead and give me a empathy manipulation roll.
It's only trespassing if you've been told that it's trespassing.
He rocks his head back and forth. All right. Fair enough. Then you wouldn't mind me publishing these photos, because it's not a crime.
Well, it's not a crime, but I can always come after you for defamation of character.
What? I'm just publishing photos of you walking. It's not defamation. Truth is the ultimate defense against defamation. Trust me, I would know.
Yes, you might be right there, but also, if I don't give you permission for somebody, and you're with the media, by law you can't post them.
Ah, that's where you're wrong. Nebraska is a one-party consent state. I consent. That's all I need.
I don't think we're there.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're not there.
If only you had a lawyer.
I don't have a lawyer, but I'm sure I have somebody looking through a scope too.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and give me a intimidation manipulation roll, difficulty 5.
Your full-time might be seen as a threat to someone's life, and that is illegal.
Where is intimidation at? There you are.
Oh,
Go ahead and
damn.
roll. Yeah, you know what? You're not very manipulative. You're very
Yeah,
unassuming.
Damn, alright. I was looking at the rolls, I was like, you get 1 dice? What the fuck?
He looks at this and goes, he looks at you and goes, well, yep, that's right. There's usually 2 of you, isn't there? All right, well, you have a good day, sir. And he walks off. Let's cut back to the bar. Could I get stamina rolls from the people drinking? And you may adjust the difficulty based on how heavy you think you are drinking.
I forget part. We were messaging like kind of what was going on.
Oh,
While this was going on, or just kind of like getting like so. Scully's like what I was gonna say is like, Scully's not making it hidden or anything that he very much appreciates. Anastasia taking this over with a lot of, I guess a lot of respect and kindness to it. He's definitely drinking harder than he normally would. And he's been spending a lot of the time talking to her, like, kind of reminiscing about his family, kind of like, just kind of moments that were things that he appreciated, as well as things that were just kind of funny. And it really is just him reminiscing a lot for him. And he does go back and forth on some things when he talks about other things. He's really balancing between being kind of mad about the whole situation and being very sad about it. But he doesn't hide the fact, at least especially the way that he presents himself, that he is very appreciative of Anastasia taking it in stride. Also, I should probably roll that stamina check.
yeah.
This would be like your normal.
Yes.
If I was just like, Anastasia's not drinking as hard because she's not at a party and she wants to like still have her thoughts about her. So would I just do that as a 6? Like if you're casually drinking?
Yeah.
God.
Scully is a monster.
I know, I set the difficulty to 8. Holy shit. And we're on the same level.
By chance?
You guys are
What?
both Midwest sober.
Damn,
As
alright.
you guys As you guys are talking, sitting in this dark bar while Bob is watching very patiently, you guys, the door, you hear the front door unlock as someone enters. Let's go ahead and post their picture in here.
in, or did we?
I assumed I had like
Scully-
I
Scully
know where
knew.
the backup key is.
Yeah, or
Okay.
you wouldn't even have a key really, because you would.
I
Help,
mean, I
like,
was hanging
close
out
it.
mostly in the shed, anyways. But
Well, you would have a key to the bar because you would help close up sometimes.
Yeah.
Or open.
and we
Uh,
probably ended up in the bar because we probably went through the like 6-pack or even 12-pack that was in the fridge, the garage fridge.
Yep.
Now we've went inside and we are migrating to different alcohols.
Yep. You see that person walk in the bar. I put it in the WOD chat. That's Sherwin.
Old man. Holy shit!
Sherwin stumbles in. Yeah, I knew you'd be. Who are your
Hey.
friends?
He's only got 3 fingers on his right hand.
He gave
Big
the other
man.
2 to Gaia. That's actually canon. Hang on. Who are your friends?
Sherwin, it's been a while. I haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, you're right. Say again?
Your 12th birthday, something of that nature.
Yeah, something along those lines. This is Anastasia, and that's Bob. Just
Alright. You keep secrets from him?
usually, if there's secrets, you wouldn't start with it, but no, I don't keep secrets from her.
Alright, well. I always told your parents this is gonna happen eventually, and that you were gonna be SOL when it did. And I wasn't gonna do anything to stop it. But oh well, here I am. I'm not gonna be here long. I have to leave. But I'm not gonna tell you where. Because your parents decided to not let you in on all the secrets on the pack. So I'm not going. What I am gonna tell you is you have a birthright and a responsibility.
I love this trip. I love this trip so much.
I think when he says anything about Scully's kind of parents, and he made that like allude to I'm not like the pack and everything. Like I think Scully like visibly sobers. Like you know that moment like where you something happened and you just sober the fuck up like real quick.
Yeah, like you
I
see a
think
cop while you're driving.
Yeah. Okay, wait a second. You people are maybe bad people. As a semi-truck driver, I got some judgment to fucking say here, right? But anyways, yeah. Is there more?
Well.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of books from the cairn I can bring up for you. Or send to you, really, to your place at the university. They'll explain everything about Galru and what we, the Bonar, stand for and all this sort of stuff. And it'll explain that it's my job to protect the cairn. And that's why I'm not gonna be out here doing shit with you. Same reason I wasn't out there doing shit with your parents. Or Cork or any of the other. I do. Go on.
Everyone, your guidance, like an emissary.
No. My job is to sit in the cairn and protect it. I do. You can think of me as a spirit talker.
This is getting.
What? So what were you going to tell me about it? I'm sorry, it sounded like it was going to be rather important. Are you... Where?
You are the son of Kinfolk. Sorry, the son of Galru. that makes you kinfolk. Parents never brought you into the pack. I never agreed with it. But they thought it was the best way to uphold the litany while making sure you got an education and were more of use to Gaia. So, Cork went along with it, so I did too. I'm not gonna tell you, you're not part of the pack. They made that damn clear, so you don't get to know where the Cairn is. No offense. With it just being me, gotta keep it secret. It's important. What I'll tell you is that it's up to you now, with the rest of the pack dead and gone, to look after this town and to keep all that shit coming in off of I-80 off of it. And avenge your family if you want.
You have time.
Is there?
Well, it's up to him.
I mean, I kind of
I-80,
thought
is it
these
this
things.
South road, or is it this north road? Cutting
So
down?
this road right here that runs like diagonal, that is Highway 30. This road down here that kind of follows this river, that is I-80.
Okay.
There's a lot you don't know. There's more to tell you about everything that I can talk about right now. We don't have time for that. Like I said, I have a couple of books I'll send to your place at the university. I know your address. I know where you live. It'll get there to you.
Thanks.
You have time for some questions, though.
Do you know why my parents were near that train, or?
They were the ones who derailed it. Train was sending out a shipment of some new chemical or whatever that Mayor was putting together. Same fertilizer shit that's been turning people. They only figured it out because of what you've been putting together. We knew that they were doing something, that Pentex was involved somehow. We didn't know for sure what it was they were doing, though. Thanks to you, though, we figured out what it was, and we're able to put a stop to it. At least for a little bit.
I obviously don't say this, but my brain just went, oh, so it's your fault your parents died.
Oh,
I feel like. Oh.
Okay. Could you tell me?
He hears that in your voice and goes, "Oh, I mean, listen, you're not. I forget you're not Pack. Your parents died the way they always knew they were going. They always knew that this was how they would go out. There is no long life and peaceful death for a Gaur. It is a fight to the end every time, and they died well."
All right. What exactly were my parents? I mean, I have guesses.
Your mom was Gauru. She was a werewolf. She was actually the Pack Beta. Think of her like the second in command.
Yeah.
Your dad was kinfolk. You'll learn about it when you read through some of this stuff, but werewolves can't mate with werewolves.
I
They
see.
can, but it's a litany. It's a whole thing, a whole deal. But they were both warriors of Gaia. They fought to protect nature and the earth. They were fighting against something called the Worm. Another nature spirit but not of the nature, of decay, rot, evil. Certain people, like those at Pentex or Mayor Monsanto, sell their souls. They worship the worm and they seek to bring its decay into the world. And they're winning. Galru are warriors of Gaia, and it's their place to put a stop to it, to fight against it and to turn it back.
Okay. What does all this make me?
You're a kinfolk.
I don't know what that means.
That
Just
means
to-
you're a person. For the most part, you're a normal human being. You might be touched by Gaia in other ways, but all it means is you have blood relation to one of the Galru. I might try setting you up with any Galru that come through looking for a mate, but for the most part, it just means live your own life, kid. Unless you want to actually do something.
That's a bit of break.
He shrugs. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna force you. We're not talents here, but I don't know. Some people have hang-ups with the lupus, so well, it's always nice to know a Hamid or two, especially since you're a guy. It's less of a commitment.
Where can I go? You're gonna give me the books, actually, so that'll tell me more about what I'm, I guess, committed to. There's, I'm just not sure what to even, I guess, say anymore. So I'm a kinfolk. My mother was a Galro. My father was also a kinfolk. And they fought for Gaia. And Pentex?
Pentex is... They own everything. Tollies, music labels, your companies, record companies. They own TV stations. They own cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, oil drilling, auto manufacturing. He gestures at Anastasia. Everything. They have their... It is the umbrella corporation. They have their fingers in everything. And they're all fucked up in evil. Every single one. Well, that's not true. They're trying. The ones who make decisions are trying to bring about endless decay and destruction to the world. They are trying to kill Gaia.
And that's what I'm finding in our waters here. Well, that they're manufactured, that is spreading this decay.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what it is. We just see what it does. And we know it's worm tainted.
That explains why a lot of chemicals couldn't be found or identified. What did it? But how do you find a chemical? And I know how you could take down a company.
Sorry, what was your question?
How do you fix the...
Keep it from getting in there. You don't know about this, I guess, but there's a great sleeping spirit underneath land here. It's the Ogallala spirit, the Aqua. If that were to be poison, it would poison everything.
to explain why they were choosing the plot. Choosing.
Mhm.
Well, guess it's time to do my specialty and take down a corporation.
Yep, that about
Well,
does it.
let's not get too ahead of ourselves too quickly, Anastasia. There's
She's already making notes on what to put on the flyer.
yeah, that's what he's worried about. I should probably say thank you. Sure, and that's it's just a lot. Okay, with all of this going on, there's questions I want to ask, but I think I guess etiquette in. I wanted to get away from my family. I didn't want to deal with whatever my family was up to, and now I have this. All right. Thanks for telling me anything. If there's more, let me know. Please send those books over whenever you can. How can I get a hold of you if I ever need to talk to you?
Write a note, put a bit of corn on it, leave it on the windowsill.
Write a note, put some corn on it, and leave it on the windowsill.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Good thing we're surrounded by cornfields.
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna get going. You'll need some guns. This place will get sorted out in a while. It's gonna go to me. You can hang out here if you want. I don't know, I'm not gonna do anything with it. He gestures to the building. You'll need some guns. Behind the bar, there's a loose plank. There should be a couple extra revolvers in there.
Okay. So is write a note, put some corn on it, and now there's revolvers and a loose plank in the back.
Yeah. Listen, your
Okay.
parents, we're out here fighting a good fight. Welcome to the war, kid. That's another thing, actually. With the pack gone from in the town proper, you're gonna start seeing a lot of scary shit start happening in here. Most of the things that go bump in the night gave this place a wide berth because your parents would have ripped the shit out of anything that did. But, hounds aren't at the gate anymore, folk. Real dangerous folk are gonna start wandering in whenever they feel like now.
Hounds.
I don't know. Cute hunters act all the time. Find some volunteers, start a neighborhood watch or something. It's kind of on you.
Don't get the claws. Okay.
If we find more Foster or something wandering in, yeah, well, we might poke around in here, but until the pack's up to strength, we gotta consolidate and protect what actually matters.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Thanks. I'm gonna go get the revolvers, and Yeah, okay. If I ever need to talk to you, write a note, put some coin in it, and yeah.
All right. Hey, listen. I'm gonna get going now, but remember, those fucks killed your family. And their plan's not over yet. Your parents stopped one shipment. They're just gonna keep making that crap. Keep turning folk into zombies. Cops aren't gonna believe you. Or worse, they will.
All right. I guess he just gets up and heads towards the back with where you said the revolver was.
Sherwin turns around and leaves. He doesn't say goodbye or anything.
Yeah.
Anastasia finds some ideas to start sketching out neighborhood watch posters, and Ellie or something. She hasn't figured out yet if it's going to be a protest. What you usually do on the chicken farm. Yeah.
All right.
All right. I think with that, go ahead and call the session there. I'll go ahead. Sorry, 1 second. I don't know why I'm doing this. Here's a fun thing. Yes, I'll get. Yes, you absolutely get a lot of XP for this session.
Nice.
Losing your parents gives you extra XP.
Oh, thank Christ. I also don't know what at all this ability does, but I think that's kind of in character, almost. Like...
Would you like... Because... You can, if you'd like, tell the class what you got for an ability.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Gnosis?
Yes.
Gnosis?
Yep, Gnosis.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we'll make this available to everyone. But fun fact, this is like your mother was an actual beast in combat. Here is what her attacking looks like. Why did that happen? Wait, hang on.
0 successes.
Did I screw something up? What? Oh. I did. I screwed something up very badly. Wait, what? Never mind. I'll just do like the normal values.
Damn.
What?
Damn.
Yeah, no. Werewolves are no joke. Don't fuck with werewolves. Also,
thank God we didn't.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no. Your parents, I gave your parents' character sheets. I don't know why I did that.
Her damage roll she rolls 16 times when she does damage rolls.
So when she's
Jesus Christ.
So werewolves are cool. Werewolves are on the mind because I'm playing in that werewolf game on Thursdays. Is why it's on the mind. When she's in war form, which is Krynos, which is that scary, like, it looks kind of like the werewolves in Skyrim, you know, where it's like bipedal and scary looking. When she's in Krynos, she has a strength of 9. And so, like, since the damage is strength plus whatever, it's like 10 usually. Like if she uses razor claws.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah. Werewolves win. A werewolf pack wins a matchup against an Abrams.
Yeah, I can see that. Jesus Christ.
Now I feel like I
Um,
needed to get the fucking anti-material rifle.
But actually, when you,
Anti-tank rifle. Is that an anti-tank rifle?
I'll add a note that you find revolvers with silver bullets.
Oh yes, that's a good point. I should add that to my. Is there a quick add? I can't remember.
I will add it to your sheet. There are items you can drag it.
Cool.
Let's see here. But yeah, of note that there's also, these are 44 Magnum revolvers and they have silver bullets.
Nice.